Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. This is like weird for me because I'm in my bed just sitting talking. As you can tell from the title, I'll be talking about my after college experience. I can't even talk. Like, why am I doing this? Okay, after college experience, because I feel like I really went through it. Well, I know I went through it. I went to Southern University, the Southern University. I graduated May 13th, 2016, which was last year. So it's been like a lot of months, like 18 months, how people talk about their infants after they turn 1. I'm just kidding. My last semester, of course, you have to plan what you're gonna do, like you're about to enter the real world or you're gonna go back to school. Me, I wanted to go back to school for counseling, but then as I kept thinking about it, I really didn't have any experience in the field of psychology because I was a student athlete, so I just really didn't have time to do other. So my last couple months, I went to this career fair and I talked to a couple jobs and they let me know that if I contacted them, I could probably get a job with it. Then another job came up where I could coach at this high school in Baton Rouge, but I don't know what happened actually, I don't remember, but that didn't work out either. So when I graduated, I didn't have a job. I was still coaching actually. I lived with my boyfriend at the time and we were like planning to, I think, this is so far back. So we planned on moving back to Texas together. We were going to move to San Antonio, where I live now. And then he decided that he wanted to move to Dallas. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'm down for that, you know. And before I even like keep going with this story, I'm not trying to bash him or anything. Like, I have no hard feelings against anyone. I'm just gonna just let y'all know in case anyone is like I'm sure people who watch this know who he is. So he was working and I was working the camps, but I only worked the camps like every other week, and I think the camps only lasted like 6 hours a day. I honestly don't remember, but I just know I was in that apartment like 90% of the time. So I was still applying for these jobs. None of them got back to me, the ones from the career fair. And so I was like, just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And like, he was like, why don't you just apply to restaurants or at the mall or something until he was done with his lease. And I was like, no, I spent 4 years in college. I'm not gonna do one of those jobs again. Like, no offense to people, but no, I wasn't gonna do that. So time went on and nothing bad happened. Like, we were still together, like it was still good. And then we were gonna move in February, but I still hadn't found a job yet. So around this time, my brother, he got sentenced, his jail sentence. I just felt like I wanted to be closer to home, and so my dad just suggested that I apply for jobs anywhere in Texas, really closer to home, because Baton Rouge is 8 hours away from San Antonio. I applied to jobs and literally, like, kid you not, like a day or two later, I got a call for an interview and I got hired, and that's the job I work now. And it was with behavior therapy. I got to use my degree, but since I wanted to do it in San Antonio, I had to wait for a case to open, but I was still gonna move back home because of all the stuff that was going on. And also I don't know, Baton Rouge, I do not like that place. I just decided that it was just going to be better for my well-being in my career. Like, I didn't want to, I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't want to sacrifice for him, but I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. That was that. Like, I just wanted to do that for myself. So when I moved back home, there was still no case here. So they were just like, okay, it might be a couple weeks. So my parents were like, well, what are you gonna do? You need to do something. So I applied for jobs again, and then I got hired at the YMCA. I was a site director, like after school program director. And I did that until like March, yeah, until my case opened. My case opened until in like February. So whenever I started working the after school job, like, he was so mad. Like, it just seemed like I just left because I wanted to leave him, but in reality, I literally just wanted to leave to like get my own life together. When I was here, I felt a sense of like me figuring out who I was, what I wanted to do. Things went bad with that, but I'm not gonna get into it. But basically, we broke up within the next couple months. So of course, the plan for me to go move to Dallas with him like was negative, and so my mom, and not to bash my mom either, because I know my mom was probably watching this, but my mom was like putting a lot of pressure on me to move out of her house. At the time, she was just like, well, Like, I had just turned 22, and she was like, this is gonna make me sad. Why is this making me sad? And so, because it was just like, it was a lot. I'm just gonna keep going and try not to cry like a little girl. But it was just like a really hard time in my life. Like, she was just like, I needed to move out within like a certain amount of time. And I just felt like so much pressure. Like, it's not even her who made me like sad or anything. It was just like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know like life was gonna be this hard. I'm just gonna cover that. Like, she was just like, she had a full-time job, she had 2 kids, she was married, over here 22, like working an after school program. I had my degree, but what else was I doing? So just like, it was just like a lot of pressure. Like, I don't know, like it was just really hard. Now that I think about it, like, I haven't talked about this in forever. But anyway, so, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna keep going because I might as well, right? Like, I was just like in a really bad place. So I had went through the breakup, and then it was like I didn't know what I was like gonna do. Like, my mom was in the military, so like that's just how she thinks. And so I would like literally I cried like almost every day. I probably did cry every day, maybe like twice a day. I was really depressed, honestly. I don't know. And I just, like, one of the only comforting things was my dog, Marley. Hi, Marley. So I got Marley like whenever I first moved here, and I don't know, he always helped just because he was always there. Honestly, he should be like my service dog or something. I'm not a brat or anything, but like I wasn't used to that, you know? Like, you can't just like go from not paying anything at all and then pay like all this stuff and then be told that you need to move on your own. And then also I had my boyfriend at the time, so like I had no, like I didn't have no one, but no one really understood. And when I would try to talk about it to some of my friends, like, I don't know, they'd just be like, you know, same here. Like, no, it was never same here for anybody. So I don't know, I just kept to myself. Like, you would have never known that I was sad. Like, yeah. You probably wouldn't, like, no one, you wouldn't know, because I'm just that type of person. I'm not gonna just let everyone know, oh, I'm sad, like, I'm depressed, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't really eating. I literally would eat, like, once a day. I would sleep, like, half my day away. At night, I couldn't sleep. When I couldn't sleep, I was just thinking, crying, like, trying to figure it out. I had wanted to start a YouTube for, like, a very long time. And so, I had got a new phone, which I'm using right now too. Just like brought happiness to me. Like, I don't know, making videos is like really fun. Doing makeup was fun. That's pretty much my outlet, like makeup and like beauty and stuff, because I feel like I'm pretty good at it. And so I just was practicing on my makeup. I started my YouTube channel, and I don't know, that's what made me happy. That also brings me to the subject of friends. So I lost a couple friends. They said that's all, like, that's kind of what my life revolved around, and it was just like, wow, like, that's what I like to do, and you're telling me, like, that's all I care about. Like, that's not cool. I'm the same person I was before. People would be like, oh, you started YouTube. Or I remember when I told this one girl, I was just like, yeah, I hope I reach 1,000 subscribers within a couple months. And she's like, wow, that's really far. And I was like, oh. It was just like people weren't as supportive. I mean, my mom really supported it, and my close friends would like repost my stuff. Family members repost my stuff. Also, I just like to take pictures. Like, I'm not into okay, I am into myself, but I'm not like conceited. Like, I still have a personality. I feel like I really like my personality. I take pride in it. I just feel like I just threw everything off when I started crying. Like, I cannot, like, look at this. Oh. I had realized like I was getting chubby. My aunts, my dad would tell me, oh, you're chubby. Or my brother, like, he'd be like, oh, do you have a little baby in there? I'd be like, no, boy, I just don't work out. Like, after I stopped playing college volleyball, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm burnt out. Like, I had to do physical therapy even after it was over. Like, I was just over. Around March, I started working out again. I had a personal trainer, my friend JJ, and I worked out with him for like a month. And then I eventually got a membership with my dad at LA Fitness, and I just was working out since then. And I've been like getting my body together, making myself feel better about myself. Like, I just feel like if you don't love yourself, you don't know who you are, then you can't really do for anyone else. You can't really help anyone else unless you love who you are. So I was just getting myself together, like, not for anybody, just literally for myself. Like, I just wanted to be happy with myself, and I am happy. I sometimes still go through it because I do still live at home. I already did start my job, like, with therapy. I like it, but I do not want to continue in, like, psychology therapy. I mean, it's like the coolest, this degree, like, that's why I picked it. I really liked psychology, and I like learning about it, and I like being able to share my knowledge with my friends or like anyone who asks me, or even for myself. But it's just, I don't see myself doing that later in life, you know? Sometimes I do beat myself up about, like, that being my major, because I was like, well, I wish I did, like, business. Recently, I just applied to get my master's in business administration with a minor in digital marketing. I could do it with my bachelor's. Like, I don't have to go get, like, any new prereqs or anything like that. So, I mean, it all worked out. It's just the path to figure it out is just really hard. And I just want everyone to know that if you're going through something, or if you're going through it, then you're not by yourself. You really just started coaching as well. I'm gonna coach volleyball, and that's another thing. I didn't even know how much I miss volleyball. Like, I always have dreams, like lucid dreams, of me playing volleyball still somehow. Like, it's crazy. I've been doing YouTube for like 11 months now, almost 12. Oh my gosh. And I don't know, I haven't been super consistent just because I do, like I said before, I do still record on my phone, so storage is an issue. Having to edit on my phone is an issue. It's so hard to I just have way more like positivity around me. I got rid of all the negative energy. Also, that's another thing. Like, if you feel like your friends just are not supporting you or being like haterish, they probably are. If you feel that way, like, don't even second guess yourself. Yeah, so that's how my life took a 360. I'm currently single now, not talking to anyone, haven't talked to anyone in so long. I don't know, I'm just for myself. People always DM me asking me why I'm single and stuff like that, and I'm like, cause I'm trying to figure my life out. That's why. Unless you're gonna help me, then leave me alone, basically. I never had any thoughts of suicide or anything like that. Like, I like life. I wouldn't want to get rid of my life just because I'm going through something. Like, people are going through worse. I hate when people say, well, there's people going through worse, why are you upset about that? Your problems are still problems. Like, you can't help your feelings, so it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset about what you're upset for. Like, I hate when people just say that. That's not cool. Everyone's problems are different. You can't compare yourself to, like, a friggin' you can't compare yourself, period. You really can't. Like, your situation is just your situation. And I'm, like how I said, you can relate to my video. I'm sure your situation isn't the exact same, but I'm sure you can relate to a couple things, which is why I made this video, and I'm gonna keep finishing it. That's it. I really, like, I don't know how to end this video. If you have any questions, if you want to talk to me about anything, ask me on Snapchat. Like, it'll disappear. I won't save your messages. We can talk. I wish I had more people to talk to, or people to relate to at the time. Someone to tell me that it's okay. Because so many people are just making it seem like it wasn't. Or like, oh my gosh, I'm about to cry again. I'm not gonna get to it, but yeah, it was just so much people to talk to now. I'm more open about when I'm sad, the reasons I'm sad. I do get lonely sometimes because, you know, I'm single, but I'm not going to force myself to be with anyone. I'm not going to use anybody just for their time. That's just not me. So, until then, I'll be a one and lonely MF. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, want me to tell any more stories. Yeah. I can't believe I cried still. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, share if you would like to. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see y'all later.